good morning to you. Hey, this is Oz on Smash Bros. Radio, the only digital radio station in Jefferson. I don't never say Alabama. Jefferson County, Birmingham. We got too much shit going on in Alabama. We don't want to be connected to Alabama County.
Yeah, you gotta separate yourself from
Got to separate. I got a special guest with me. He started out doing comedy, and now I'm learning you had a show on Smash Bros.
Yeah. Shout out to Ralph, man. Ralph came to me and said, "Hey, man, if you ever want to come in, man, I got a slot open." And I came through. Me and a couple of my partners, Brandon and Lucky J, and we used to do Talk Your Ish on here. You know,
This is Cameron Smith.
Cameron White.
Cameron White. I was seeing if you knew your name, man.
No, I'm woke. I usually don't be up this early, but I'm woke. I got it. I'm here.
Man, you crazy on Facebook.
Man, I just be expressing myself, man, just having fun.
Give us some background history on you. Were you always a comedian? Was that you? Was that what you wanted to do?
Nah, not really. I always wanted to be like a ball player, but that ain't worked out with me because I end up taking the fast route in life.
Right.
Got in the streets, hustling, doing different little stuff.
But see, people don't seem to understand, for lack of a different word, that was a norm.
Yeah.
And people don't seem to understand that depending on where you're raised, there's different norms. So, and my kids taught me that. I think I told you, my kids taught me that when I started teaching, that my norm wasn't the norm and should not even be considered the norm when it comes to a bigger picture. So my kids, when I started teaching in '88, taught over at Lincoln Middle,
Yeah.
right next door to Parker High School. My kids taught me that you can never be judgmental to anybody because you don't know the situation.
Yeah.
You can't say what you're not or what you're not going to do because you haven't been put into that place or that situation to decide. So what they taught me at state didn't add up when I got to the classroom. So for people to say that, well, you have a record or you have this, okay, be what? I was young. I'm glad that some of the stuff that I did when I was young didn't catch up with me.
Yeah.
And for you to say that, well, I've never been into trouble, well, you must have had a boring ass life.
Yeah.
Because when you're growing up, especially as a teenager, and you have the situation of growing up in the streets, you have to do whatever is best for you.
Yeah.
And so, for folks to have this judgmental, you need to dismiss me with that because I ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
So from that, but you were doing you were being a comic before that, correct?
Nah, if you want to look at me being a class clown in school, yeah,
Okay.
because I always been a class clown, but other than that, like, I ain't never looking to doing comedy. Like, I ain't, like, me being a comedian, like, that never, like, registered in my mind. But
Right.
after I got released from prison, Detroit, my partner Detroit, he had hit me up and he was like, "Man, I see you on Facebook." He said, "You on there always talking smack, making fun of videos and stuff." He's like, "Man, you should try to do comedy." And I was like, "Man, that ain't me." He like, "Man, I'm telling you, man." He said, "You always been a fool." He like, "Bro, to work out, just be yourself." And I just went with it. And it was crazy because, like, he kind of threw me under the bus because, like, I was just getting out the joint and I was on house arrest. And I got out house arrest on the 10th and the comedy show was on the 31st.
Oh, wow.
So, like, I only got, like, two weeks to prepare for something I ain't never done before.
Right.
But I ended up doing it. I enjoyed it. People was messing with me. People like, "Man, you funny, just stick with it." And I just, I kept, it got its ups and downs, like,
Right.
like, even with me, sometimes it just be me beat myself up because, like, I be like, "Man, I ain't getting the results I want as fast," but, like, I still stick with it and keep doing it.
Right.
Because, like, people say, man, somebody watching, you might not know it, but somebody always
Exactly.
watching. Yeah. And I done built a lot of different relationships doing comedy, so, like, it really done, like, save me because, like, I ain't never, like, look back to, like, think about doing that in the street no more.
Right.
Yeah.
So where do you get your sources from when it comes up to your skits and when it comes up? Because you be saying some wild stuff.
Man, it's crazy. Like, man, me growing up as a kid, man, I come from one of them families, man. It just, man, you got a different variety of family members, man. I'm sure other people can relate to that because, man, you got some characters like from people that use drugs
Right,
and different
right,
stuff. So we all got characters in our family. So like me being around that and growing up around that, that's where most of my stuff come from. Jokes, skits, and then like sometimes like when I get with different people, you know, they probably use the same thing, like stuff they didn't experience from family members and stuff. And
right.
like we come up with different videos, you know, like you see me, I be with Flaws, Brandon, Rico. And then, you know, shout out to Rico too, because Rico do come up with a lot of our skit ideas when we do be doing skits. But like me, I just got a wild imagination myself.
Now, are you basically an introvert?
Yeah, you know, I don't really deal with people too. I don't like being around people too much. But like when it come to me having to work and do business, like
Right.
I get around people. Even like if I go out to a club, I don't even like, you know, I be out to myself. I be very rarely be with people, deal with people.
Right. Because I've noticed that those with the most imagination, those who usually when it comes to the music and usually the arts, and that
Yeah,
includes theater, that includes band, that includes all, rappers. Most of the ones with the most imagination, the ones that are the most talented, are the ones who are the most introverted.
yeah,
And I find that kind of odd, but at the same time, when you're on that stage, that's your world,
yeah,
and you're really not per se really dealing with anybody out there in the audience because you just being you.
hmm,
That's your world, and you don't see anything else. You're just like you're saying. That's just you being you. You being the new that innate ability that you have.
yeah. Like if I'm on stage, my comfort is like I probably like look into the crowd and like the person that got the biggest smile on their face, I entertain them. You know,
There
like
you go.
I shut everybody else out. I like focus on the person with the biggest smile because I like they into what I'm saying.
Right.
You know, so I entertain them. And then as time go on, I might just move around a little bit and just throw some stuff around to other people. But like I don't really like looking into the crowd because I don't like crowds.
Right.
Me coming from where I come from, like crowds, like just man, crowds just do something to me for real. Like I be on like pins and needles when I'm in a crowd because I'm always looking around, watching this and watching that. Because I know when I was young, you know, I was a fool, I was an idiot. So like nowadays, it's like that's at a whole different level now, and like they don't have no respect for human life, and
No.
you know they don't care. So like I be outside, I be nervous for real when I'm in the crowd. I be watching.
Anybody that knows me can tell you it takes a lot for me to get out, but I know that I have to get out, especially doing the radio.
Yeah,
Especially, I know that when you're in broadcasting and all, that you have to get out and you have to advertise yourself. And I'm getting to that point, but generally, I don't like crowds. So people will tell you I get there 15 minutes. Now I've gotten to the point to where I can actually get in the building and look around.
yeah,
But initially, I would get to the building, and anxiety would kick my butt, and I go back home.
yeah,
Then I would get into the parking lot and see these folks, and I go back home. So when I get into the building, I have it was already in the building. So I scope where the nearest exit is.
yeah,
I scope where the nearest table and chairs are. I will move the chairs and the tables. I will rearrange a place so that way everything is close to the exit.
yeah,
So then that way I will let you know that I'm here. Don't expect me to be here at the end. And then I will ghost
yeah.
because when like you were saying, I don't like crowds because I know that in a crowd there's usually one or two, depending
Mm.
on the number of crowd.
Man,
It could be five depending on the number, but there's usually one or two.
yeah.
And so before I'm part of that one and two, I'm gone,
Getting out the way.
getting out of the way. So everybody, if you see me, I'm conquering something, but don't expect me. I don't know if I can get to the point to where I can. Now, if it's dark and I'm in the corner, because I'm usually in the corner,
Yeah,
away from everybody, and I usually don't laugh at me. I usually try to wear black,
yeah.
so that way
You camouflage, you blending in. Yeah, yeah,
so you can't see me.
yeah,
Then I can go whenever I can go. But I'm noticing while doing doing this with Smash Bros and with Ralph, that the individuals that I've met are introverted. You know, of course, there's different degrees of introverted,
yeah.
but I've noticed that most of us are introverts. and most of us are talented and on our rights. But at the end of the show, there's no after show. It's gone. I
Yeah.
appreciate you.
All right. Appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, thank you.
Till next time, you know. Yeah.
So you've done a show with Floss. You've done a show with who's the other gentleman? There was three of you. You, Floss, over at the it was here recent.
You talking about that bosses?
Yes, sir.
It was me, Floss. Man, I forget the other people's name. I think I know it's with Derek Martin. I forget their name. That's crazy.
But it was a big crowd though.
It was a nice turnout. It was a nice turnout. You know, funny comedians came out. Had a good time. Yeah.
Now, do you see yourself on a larger scale because you're just about there, aren't you?
Man, you know, sometimes I'll be looking at like I watch like when people put out stand ups and stuff like you know like I just watched what it was Chris Rock had did his thing he put out on Netflix and you know like when you look into them and they be doing them big coliseums and stuff like all them people and I be looking like dang man I don't know if I could do this. I be for real I be like man I don't know if I could do this but like it's all you gotta do like they tell me all the time man just go there and be you.
Right.
You know be you. Just hopefully don't nobody try to run up on the stage while I'm up there, cause man,
it's on.
Yeah, I think the old Cam probably come out then. Please don't run up on stage on me. Please don't. My nerves already bad.
Right, right.
Please don't run up on me on the stage.
Man, I can't. No.
Yeah. Don't forget, you know, I am from Birmingham, so you know.
See, and people have to keep that in mind too.
It'd probably be a first 48 moment. You run up on the stage.
You said the ham is coming out.
Yeah, for real. Don't. Yeah, I know I'm a comedian and everything, but it ain't always gonna be funny. You know.
Now, do you write your stuff down, or is it just in your head?
I don't write it down. I put it in my notes on my cell phone.
Okay.
Because you know, like a lot of my stuff is in my head, but like sometimes you know stuff be so funny to me that I be like, man, I gotta put this on in my notes so when I do it, so I can like make a joke of it because like I don't want to forget this.
Right.
And then like my best material be in the shower. I come with my best material in the shower. I don't know what it is about that shower. It's like.
Is it because you're more relaxed?
I guess that's what it is, but like, man, I come up with some of my funniest stuff in the shower.
Because it's 3:00 for me.
Yeah, like, man, I get in that shower, man, and it's like I can entertain the world enough.
So do you practice while you? So I've noticed at 3:00 my mind is going so fast that I can't put everything down. But I've learned to have a notepad next to me, next to the bed, because usually I'm up at 3:00. Folks laugh at me because that's the old man's hour where we get up and go to pee and all that shit. But that's when I have the most creativity is at 3:00.
Yeah.
And so my head is racing and I have to jot everything down before I forget. Now I don't put everything down, which makes me mad, and I know maybe I need to get a tape recorder, but anyway, that's too hard.
Yeah.
So my head is going too fast that I can't jot everything down when I want it. Yeah. So is that similar to what you do? You got so much material in your head that...
Yeah, like sometimes I had to write it down. And then like, I don't smoke, like I quit smoking weed because like, man, I had a comedy show where I had smoked and like, you know, I was going off the head with all my jokes. And me smoking, like, it just blew my whole, like, I forgot all my stuff I was going to use. So, like, that was, like, a thing of my life. I got to stop smoking. Right. I got to start writing this stuff down. And it's, like, basically, like, doing a script. Like, you take your jokes and you read over them, go over them consistently till you memorize them, and you don't forget them.
Right.
And that's how it is with doing comedy for me. I don't know how other people do, but, like, I usually don't like to write jokes. I used to, like, go off the head. But, like, I start having to go off the head because, like, you have a brain fart.
Right.
Yeah,
correct.
So like to prevent a brain fart, I just started writing down jokes and like going over them like a movie script.
So when you had the show here on Smash Bros, that was sort of like your platform to your stage two, what you and your partners were doing here at Smash, right?
Yeah.
So all three of you were comedians.
Yeah. You know, Brandon Mills, he's a comedian. Then Lucky J, he's a comedian.
You ever thought about hooking back up again?
I haven't thought about it a few times, but you know, like everybody be so all over the place. I don't know if we could like all three of us get back in together, like just be individual or something. Like I did think about it, but you know, man, when we first came on, you know, man, this was our first time doing it, and you know, Ralph let us in here, and then you know the platform, and you know, we just was like, man, we was like just raw. And it was days Ralph used to have to like hit the phone and like, hey, y'all breaking the knob in there a little bit, and I turned it down a little. So he was like, all right, all right. We used to have to like, sometimes we might have to delete one of our shows we recorded because we. But it was fun though. I enjoyed it though. I enjoyed it.
But that gave you the experience too, right?
Yeah, and it really like was a platform for us to learn to really be professional too, because
Right.
like we was just so caught up on like being on the radio and being ourselves that we didn't understand like you have to talk in a certain tone and you know what I'm saying like
Right.
certain stuff you can't say. So that was really like a learning thing for us too, like, and that really kind of helped me too, like dumb down a little bit because like I usually be like just real regular, real.
Similar to what you're on Facebook.
Yeah, see, like on Facebook, they can put me in Facebook. I don't really care about
You've
this
already
social
been
media.
kicked off of what is it? Put on probation
Oh
in
man,
TikTok, man.
they took my TikTok. That hurt my heart, man.
You
That
made
crushed me.
somebody mad.
That crushed. But what I really think it was probably one of them females, man,
Yes.
that reported me, man. They
You didn't give them any attention, man.
they be possessive. I don't know why man, no female be possessive. I
And they
don't know
don't
what be
even
wrong.
know you.
Man, I gotta stop talking. I be saying the stuff I be saying. They probably be like, I want him to myself, and
Right.
they done got my TikTok up,
And you just got on TikTok.
man.
I was like, some.
And that like I got a new page. That's the one that you follow now. But like my other page, I had almost like 40,000 followers on there, and like it was a lot of people on there that was real. Like I used to like get a lot of support off of TikTok. I don't even know if they probably ain't even noticed I'm gone.
Man. So that opened another world for you, because you went from Facebook to TikTok,
Yeah,
and that gave you a wider stage and wider audience.
man. And it's like TikTok way more like active than Facebook.
Right.
See, my Facebook is basically like people that know me, and they on there just watching and trying to see like, oh, he really doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It ain't the fact that they actually trying to see me get somewhere. They like, oh, he really doing it. They just sitting around waiting for me to fail. That's what my Facebook is. The people that sitting around
See,
waiting
I've
for me to
heard
fail.
that, and that kind of hurts my heart. But then, sort of like a slap, because it brings me back to reality.
Yeah,
Because when Ralph gave me I didn't know the importance of having a morning show, because I never was in this type of arena.
yeah,
But then it hit me: you have a morning show. You don't have an experience. Only experienced individuals have morning shows. And so when it came to Facebook, then I realized that these people aren't here to see me be successful. They're just waiting for me to fall, which really pissed me off and really
yeah,
made me get grounded. Now, okay, I'm going to show you
yeah.
what failure is.
They make you go harder.
So I've gotten to the point to where the butterflies don't kick my butt no more.
Yeah,
I've got to the point to where I pay more attention to the board. The board just whipped my ass, man.
yeah. Like I ain't even worked the board when we used to be here. I wouldn't even.
The board. So, but I can empathize, and it's a shame because your own people,
Yeah,
your friends, your relatives, you would think be your most avid supporters,
yeah,
but you have to be extremely cautious.
yeah. But they be the ones really rooting against you. You know,
Right.
you'll think people will see where you come from because they know you, and you know what I'm saying, know you being where you trying to get, and they'll be supportive of that. But like sometimes people have that like, why him? You know what I'm saying?
That's
Instead
what
of
I'm
like
finding.
being supportive of like, man, I want to see you win. They be like, why him? But like everybody got the same 24. You know what I'm saying? Just because you see me doing something, that don't mean you can't do what you dream of doing. You know,
Right.
you got to go out there and chase.
And see, that's one another thing, because I'm finding out that there are individuals that have more experience than I do,
Yeah,
and they've been in this industry a long time. And some of them were bold enough to ask me, "Why are you? What? I've been in this business for this long. How come I don't have it?" I said, "I've got to the point now where they don't even mention it no more. But initially, I would say, you need to talk to Ralph,
yeah,
because Ralph was the one that I didn't ask for this,
yeah,
and so I'm learning how to get thick skin. I thought it was thick skinned, but wasn't as thick skinned as I thought it was.
yeah. Like I had a fellow comedian tell me like when he first met me, he was like when he first seen me, like he was like he was stereotyping me, like he was seeing me on Facebook, and you know what I'm saying, he was seeing how I carry myself, and he was like when he first saw me, he was like, man, this dude right here finna be a problem. But see, like I look at it like
Competition.
this. I'm not gonna be a problem. I'm just gonna be myself. I'm not in competition with nobody.
There
Like,
you
you know
go.
what I'm saying? Everybody, you got your talent, I got mine. I'm gonna do what I do, you do what you do. I ain't focused on you, so don't focus on me. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Do you? I'm gonna do me.
Right.
I ain't in no competition. Just because I'm elevating faster than you, that don't mean I'm trying to outshine you or outdo
Thank
you.
you.
You know what I'm saying? The ball just in my court right now.
Right.
So like that brew envy and hate though. Like when people are already looking at you, sizing you up, looking at you like you're a problem,
Right.
eventually that's gonna like brew hate and envy because like they already looking at you like you competition.
Right.
I don't look at nobody as competition. You
No.
know what I'm saying? When
No.
whatever somebody do, like I'm supporting them. Like any fellow comedian, even like if a comedian have a bad show, like I don't go laugh at them and down. I be like, hey man, you did your thing, man, keep going. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It happened to the best of us. You know what I'm saying? We like even me, like I done had nights where like nobody don't laugh. But like I can go up the street, tell the same jokes at a different club and the whole club on the floor. So like it just be like different strokes, different folks. Man, just stay focused. Don't worry about what the next man do. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Now, when you go into the comedy club, do you size up your audience immediately, and then you're able to flip the switch to depending on what your deliverance is?
Yeah, I do that sometimes, like just like, but it's basically still stereotyping people because
Right.
like when we got a show, I go out, I look into the crowd, what I'm saying. I try to see how people dress, or
Right.
how people
Right.
coming in, how they carrying themselves to, what I'm saying, figure out if they classy or ratchet,
Right.
what I'm saying, like, and see how I'm gonna come off, like, do I want to be reckless, vulgar cam,
Right.
or do I got to be like laid back, more subtle, but still comical cam? So,
Right.
but like sometimes you may be wrong. You might have the ratchet people dressed classy in here
Yes,
one night.
sir.
So when I'm coming out calm and subtle, they just sitting there as cricket. So I gotta adjust. I like, oh, so y'all ain't feeling it, and then I just gotta go ahead and just be me, break the knob off, and they be rolling. But like a lot of time, I realize too, like when people come to a comedy show to see me, they coming to see Cam from Facebook. So
Which
like,
is totally different than the cam on the stage.
yeah, they coming to see Cam from Facebook because they want me to be just raw and just go all the way hard. So
Right.
like, I have to start getting myself to the point where like, yeah, you got to go raw. This is what they came to see.
Right.
Be raw, Cam. You know what I'm saying? Don't hold back. Cause like on stage, I hold back.
Now, with you coming from the streets, and that's higher psychology. People don't seem to know that, and my kids taught me that. That's a
Yeah,
higher form of psychology
yeah,
because you're able to read people. You're able to see the nonverbal communication, the body language. Does that help you when it comes to you performing because of you having that ability to look at folks and pretty much read them? And like what you were saying, sometimes it's missed
yeah. That
because
and that's what I was just saying. Like when I said sometimes I be holding back on stage, that's why I hold back because like I know people like I've seen it too many times. Like when you doing a comedy show and you up there, people like get to like just blurting out. They call them hecklers.
right,
But like people really be in their feelings. People be offended by like certain jokes somebody say and they might touch home.
right,
People get offended and they get to lashing out in the crowd. And like me, I don't I ain't good at all that back and forth. You know what I'm saying? You got comedians that's gonna talk back and forth with them and like that ain't none of me.
right,
I don't go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So like when it's somebody heckling, like I just like shut them off and keep pushing. Like yeah, whatever. Because me, I know me. I ain't finna keep going back and forth and keep
right.
entertaining because I know what that's gonna brew up in me. And like I tell folks all the time, like I ain't no good arguer. So like if we get to arguing, like it's either we finna be physical or you need to be ducking.
Right, right.
One of the two. So like that's why I tell people like, man, like it's hard doing the comedy stuff because like, man, I hate for like somebody to like heckle me or try to like want to pick while I'm on it. Man, like look, y'all go ahead on because it ain't gonna turn out good.
And see, that's one thing that look, comedy back in the day was one thing where there was no political correctness.
Yeah.
And now you have these individuals that have the feelings on their sleeve, but you forget exactly what comedy's all about.
Yeah.
It's being raw, it's being you being exaggerating when it comes to certain like with your family. All in the southern family, you always have that one crazy uncle that gets drunk. Now you really too. You got the drunk uncle, you got the crazy uncle.
Yeah.
Now the crazy uncle is the one that we keep up in the attic,
Yeah. He
and
can't come
we
out.
really do. We bring him down during the holidays. That's Uncle Charlie. So we bring him down and we introduce him. And then you have that one aunt that we know is wretched and was a hoe and still a hoe, but she's a prim and proper Christian lady now.
Mm-hmm.
But we remember, June, we remember you.
Mm.
Everybody in South Alabama remembers you. So if you were a porcupine, okay? So, so you have all these spices and all these ingredients in your family. And then you always have the one who is supposed to be the boss. There's always the agitator. There's always the right. And so you're taking all these images and all these bodies with you, and you come up, and then you wonder how come you didn't have any type of counseling because these folks are crazy as hell.
Yeah, for real. Like it's therapy for real. Like comedy is therapy. If people don't like really look at it, comedy is therapy because you know, like you might have some childhood trauma that you're holding on to. But you actually get up on stage and make a joke about it.
Right.
And, you know, like, people laugh at it, but at the same time, too, you really, like, just really getting the steam off. You know what I'm saying? This is something you probably been holding in all your life. You couldn't stand this about your family member. But you making a joke about it. You actually getting it off your chest, and people finding it entertaining.
And then also there's people in the audience that's been through the same circumstance.
And they can relate.
And they're wondering, like, damn, did he, how do you know?
You my cousin? You know Uncle John? You know, it just, man, it's real, like, stuff really like that be happening, though. You know, like, people, like, after shows, like, people have came to me and be like, man, you so crazy, bro, man, my uncle or my aunt the same way. Like, I used to tell a joke about my granddad, and, like, people like, well, my granddad was hell like that, too. But the whole time, like, my granddad was hell, but, you know, when I was a kid, like, my granddad died when I was, like, 6 years old. So I really didn't get to meet him like that, to be around him, to really, but like just hearing my family members talk about him, you know, I was able to like, you know what I'm saying,
have a picture
of him. So like I be making jokes about how my granddad would be, but I really don't even know him. But like people actually had granddads like that, and like dude, like, boy, my granddad was crazy just like that. Well, I knew I could. I don't even know my granddad for real, bro. I just made it up.
Because I had Mama's side of the family. I don't want to say better off because both sides worked.
Yeah.
My dad's family, his father worked in the cotton mill in Montgomery. He was a foreman. And then my grandmother and my aunt worked in the cotton gin with the rest of them. So that was a different breed. Now, Mama's family, my grandmother worked for AT&T. My granddaddy worked for Aeronaut Realty. So see, I had both sets. Then both of them were middle class per se back then, but I had two different views of what life was all about because I'm the oldest one when it comes to Mama's side, and I'm the fourth one when it comes to Daddy's side. So I saw both of that, and with those two families, it was an oddity. And it's a wonder that I'm halfway sane now, dealing with what I dealt with them. And so it kind of tickles me when it comes to you comedians because I can relate to some of the stuff. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But everybody has that crazy uncle that always gets drunk and kind of freakish.
Yeah.
And says the most shit. And then you either have a granddaddy who is quiet, but he has that look, you know not to mess with him, or you have that wild grandmother that was, you have to be cautious when Madeira got upset because you didn't know what she's going to say. Yeah. And she meant what she said.
Oh, yeah, now grandma going to be honest. Like, my grandma, boy, she was, between my grandma and my mom, like, them probably the main people that actually, like, gave me my personality because, like, man, they didn't care what came out their mouth. Well, like, my mom right now, even to this day, she still don't care what come out her mouth. Like, I post my mom sometime on Facebook. You probably done seen her. And my mom, like, how you just talking about the reform whole of the family, like, that's my mom. She gonna let you know. My mama gonna let you know, like, yeah, baby, I used to have me some fun. She like, I used to get off one and go get right on another one. I be like, Mom, I don't want to hear that, though. You know, and, you know, then, you know, she'll say stuff like, why you think you don't know who your dad is now? Because, you know, like, I don't even know no dad. Like, how you talking about the daddy side of it. I don't even know who that is. Like,
Right.
I tell jokes about that, too. Like, I be telling people, like, I don't even know my dad. You know, like, I got a joke about my mom. Like, hey, for all I know, I might have messed with some of my sisters. And
Right.
it be funny, but then, like, people sit back and think, dang, I don't know my dad either. You know, it be relatable, though. But,
Right.
you know, people, you know, you can laugh at it. But at the same time, too, that still could be like a childhood trauma.
And again, it's like therapy.
Yeah.
And especially with the audience, because when we're going through this or what we've gone through, we think that we're the only one that's gone through it.
Yeah, you're not.
But life is life.
Yeah. Like everybody got that one crackheaded uncle that always steal all the Christmas gifts.
Yes, sir.
Steal all the Thanksgiving food.
Yes,
you
sir.
Know, it happens. Everybody, you know, you can relate because like it's one in every family.
Every family. We knew automatically when a certain cousin came up,
yeah.
we knew to keep them away from the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because somehow or another they have snuck in the kitchen some way and they brought all these Tupperwares.
Mm-hmm.
And if you allow them, it took us 3 times to find out we didn't have any food, man.
Yeah, they taking all the food. They getting 14 to go plates.
And we're wondering like, and it was this individual. So we knew that when this individual came,
yeah,
we went to the kitchen and we found the Tupperware.
Yeah, they got all the stuff hid up on. They fixed all these places hid in the cabinet, and they gonna wait till the crowd start thinning out, but they start taking their plates to the car. For real, it got that one family member. Like for me, it was my aunt. Like my aunt, she coming over. She gonna come in now. She gonna go in the kitchen
and didn't bring anything.
Nah, I ain't brought nothing. But you know, we enough. We playing cards or whatever we doing. We chit chatting. She done eased enough. She fixing all the to-go plates. She don't care with her. She putting them in the cabinet. That way, when she get ready to start taking them out to the car, she waiting till the family start thinning out and ain't nobody paying attention. But I used to be watching like, well, look at this hungry mother. Oh, fat mother. Just taking all. We ain't gonna be no leftovers tomorrow.
And they don't bring anything.
And you know, it's so crazy. Like, you know how you have like a normal family, you might have leftovers from Thanksgiving for about a week.
Yes, sir.
My family, you do good to be able to eat off of it for 2 days. Cause my auntie, she done took all the food with her. Really, it's just crazy. And like my uncle, you know, he come around. You already know to clutch your wallet.
Yes, sir.
Put your car keys away. Make sure your purse close by.
And don't let him go to the back. Don't let him go to the bedroom.
Yeah, don't let him search no bedroom. Keep your doors on your rooms and stuff locked when my uncle there. Cause like he gonna steal. His nickname was Gacho. Cause he got your stuff. If it's something missing, he got it. His nickname Gacho, cause he got your shit. He got it. But real, it's one in every family though.
Every
so like,
family.
It's always gonna be something relatable when it comes to telling jokes and doing comedy.
And especially when you have a lot of aunts, there's always going to be one who can't cook, who thinks she can cook.
Man.
And we automatically know that keep away from the potato salad.
Man.
Don't eat no chicken. Because the chicken is done on the outside, but on the inside, it's still bleeding.
Listen, I got an aunt. She can't cook to save her life. And, man, she had made some macaroni and cheese one time. Like, the top of the macaroni, the noodles was brown. They, like, burnt. But when you put the spoon in there to get it out, the cheese still was blocked up. I'm like, how you burn the noodles on top and the cheese ain't even melted? Like, how you do that? It just, like, she done took Velveeta cheese, like blocks of it, and just done cut it and set it in. And I'm like, you come on now.
The whole block?
Yeah.
And put the macaroni around. And didn't mix it together.
Nah. and the noodles burnt on the top. You go in and scoop it out, and it's just blocks of cheese under the noodle. I'm like, come on, man. And she tell me, how my macaroni taste?
You don't want to answer that.
You don't even want to look.
You don't go that way.
Yeah, it was all right, auntie.
And tell everybody she's the best cook in the family.
For real. And like you say, chicken still be bleed.
And then there's one that can cook like I don't know what.
Yeah, but she don't really be want to cook all the time.
Exactly.
You know, you be want to tussle with her. Like, man, what you talking about? You ain't finna cook.
The one who can't cook wants to cook. The one who can cook don't want to cook. And then you have the one who does the cakes and all that.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. That makes mean cake. Yeah.
But don't have all them sisters together because they come back with some stuff from the past.
Yeah, they get to find somebody met with somebody, man. Boy, that'd be wild. It him though. You know how it is. It him.
There are 18. There's 9 aunts and 9 uncles.
Yeah.
Called the we call the 18th.
Yeah.
They live to be old in their hundreds.
Yeah.
So when Katrina came through, ones in New Orleans called me and told me, I'm in Birmingham. Told me you need to come down. I said, how in the hell am I going to come down when there's a hurricane? They closed off all the interstate.
Yeah.
I said, what's happening? They said they added it again. I said, you leave them alone.
Hmm.
So I called Uncle Charlie. Asked Uncle Charlie what's going on. He said, it's none of your business. I said, I understand. I'm just saying, you got people down there who are concerned about you. I said, so what's going on? He said, your damn aunts. And it's always the youngest one, which was Idabel. She was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And they were fighting because Uncle Frank did something to Idabel's dog. They're in their hundreds, man.
Mm.
And this happened when they were like 6 or 7 years old. And they're having all this huge fight while Katrina's beating down on them.
Yeah.
And my cousins in New Orleans wanted me to come down. You don't mess with them folks.
Mm-mm.
You leave them alone.
Yeah.
Because they should have learned a long time ago. You get involved in something, all 18s are going to jump on you because it ain't none of your business.
Mm-hmm.
And then you slaughtered.
Yeah.
Now they quit arguing because now you the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, you the problem. Not 'cause you messing with my sister.
Right.
Yeah, or you bothering my brother. You know,
Right.
but the whole time here that you trying to keep them from getting into one another, and now you getting jumped on.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I've learned that early in life. But we don't seem to understand that families are families no matter where you go.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to get people to understand is there's only one race, and it's human race. And under that umbrella of human race, you have different cultures.
Mm-hmm.
But with us being together for so long, some of the cultures have combined together.
Yeah.
And so it tickles me for folks to realize that you have crazy. I said, listen, I have two crazies. I have two crazy nuts in the family. Everybody loves them to death, but they're crazy. And everybody's got, like we said, that one uncle.
Yeah.
Some of us got two aunts.
Mm-hmm.
But that's part of the family. And that's what makes us what we are.
Yeah.
And I guess with being a comedian, with your experiences from them, and then with your experiences from what you have when you were a teenager and all, you have this huge richness about you when it comes to your present, and also when it comes to your show.
Yeah. And even my family, when I come around, my family be when I come, they be like, oh, here he come. Here he come. Cause they be looking at me as like I'm finna come in there and joke on everybody in the house. Cause you know that I be in the comedy and that's what I do now. But I always like been like a little smack talker anyway. Like kind of like the life of the poor. We gonna have fun regardless.
Right.
But, like now, you know what I'm saying? It's just like something about me being a comedian. Like I always be joking and laughing. But like some of my people, they like that because they know I wasn't always wanting to joke and laugh. You know, I used to like fly off the handle.
Right.
Like, you know, me getting older, you know what I'm saying, maturing, getting a little wiser, you know, learning to put my pride to the side about stuff. So, you know, like that's when I come around, I'm a joke. You know, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna crack, talk, smack, and joke.
Right.
I used to have cousins that, you know, like if something go on, like I call them to like jump on somebody for me.
Right.
But instead now,
so you were
so instead like doing stuff like that now, you know, I just come around and I just talk smack about them being like that.
Right.
But the whole time I was entertaining it, you know what I'm saying? But,
right.
Like I talk smack about it to try to like really like make them be like, man, you know, I ain't on that no more. You know what I'm saying? But it's just fun though. I just find fun in making.
And you enjoying yourself doing it.
Yeah. You know, I know like it's sometimes it be like I might be bringing somebody down, but it just really be me like trying to find some comfort for myself because I might be having a bad day. And then I had to think about like, dang, don't joke on them. They probably down now.
Right.
You done got off on them. Like a lot of comedians be like, man, F these people feelings. I be like, man, you can't be like that with everybody.
No,
man.
not today.
Some people are wig out.
Ooh.
People like these people doing so much crazy. They shooting up daycares and different stuff, man. You gotta be careful out here with like who you get upset. You can't make everybody upset.
Now you have an event coming up April 18th.
Yeah, April 18th we got a movie premiere at Sidewalk theater with Xavier. You know, my girl Xavier Rudolph, man, she reached out to me and put me in my first movie. Well, it's actually my first like main role in a movie. Like
Right.
I done movies, done background stuff, but like, you know, Shy man, she put me on blast with this. She put me in front of the camera and, you know, she made me put my talents to the test. So April 18th, you know, we premiering it, and you know, tickets are on sale on Eventbrite. You know, you could type in the Ghetto, the movie. That's the name of the movie, In the Ghetto. And I'm ready for that, man. Cause you know, I'm ready. I've kind of seen snippets, but man, you know, Xavier and Marcus January. You know, shout out to Marcus January, man. Marcus, he dope. He did his thing with that, man. He shot it, he edited, he put that all together. And, you know, she did her thing with the, you know, what I'm saying, producing it as well. It was fun doing. You know, it was something new for me. Like even with that, like I even told Shy, cause like when we went rolling, like every time the camera go off, I be changing my role. You know, I be changing the script, trying to do something off the wall and goofy. And then like Shy, she was like, "Go ahead, do your thing, be you." And then like when the camera started rolling, I just stick to the script. And she'll be laughing at me. She was like, "Man, what you? I thought you was gonna." She prepared for me to do this, and I ain't
Right.
even do it. And you know, like we just had fun shooting it, man. It was dope. And Marcus, he was the same way. He was like, "Man, what happened? I thought you." Nah, I changed my mind.
So you going pretty much expanding your territory.
Yeah, man, I'm getting into a little acting now from that. You know, I'm becoming an actor now.
So you've been bitten, huh?
Yeah, I've been bit, man. I think I might write a movie about family, like we've been in here talking
See,
about. I might write a movie about family, cause man, people can relate to that, and I ain't really seen no movie come out like that. You know, they
right,
had soul food back in the day, but
right.
we need a more modern soul food.
That's
You
it.
know, so I might even write a movie about family, like just to expand my horizon a little more.
And it seemed like the larger the family, the more drama. And most of the drama is back when they were younger.
Yeah, it don't even be nothing current. It be
No,
old drama
old
they fighting
stuff.
about. Yeah,
And then when it comes to the kids and then the cousins, and the cousins wasn't like,
what's wrong with y'all? You know, the cousins, they close, and you know what I'm saying. They fam, and they locked in. But when they look up mama fighting or uncle fighting, they like, what wrong? What's going on?
right.
Why? And then
And
when
it,
you
and
hear
it,
what it's about, you be like, oh, come on.
and it's funny because everyone is enjoying themselves, and that one aunt comes in, and the whole atmosphere dies, and you're like, oh, and you wouldn't see her, but we know that the atmosphere has gotten
Mm-hmm.
colder, and we like,
She here.
oh, she's here,
She came
and
in.
everybody know who she is,
Mm-hmm.
and she comes in, and it's like she's the life of the party, and all the aunts are looking at her like, bitch, please.
Yeah, man. What's so crazy? Like when we used to do family gatherings, like it never ended peacefully. Like
No.
I got these two aunts, man, they would fight like cats and dogs, man. I'm talking about they fought like cats and dogs every family function we had. And then after so long, my one aunt, she stopped coming to the family functions because she was like, I ain't got time. Every time we get together, it's a problem. So then it ended up being my mom and another aunt that would always get into it. I'm like, man, how y'all? What's going on with y'all? What is? And then later on, it started coming back to like when they was younger, this person was messing with this person, man. Or
Right.
this person was messing with this person, crush. You know, I wanted him, and it just was crazy. I'm like, man, y'all tripping.
And
But
you look at the crusher, you look at the boyfriend, and he's either on drugs or
yeah,
he's either ugly as hell, and you think,
man,
like, thank God,
you
because
you you was for real? This who y'all serious? Y'all still doing this today about this dude here? Man, chill out, man. Not him.
and I tell you, he wasn't like that.
Yeah,
Ugly is ugly.
man. It don't
Ugly.
matter. He wasn't like that. Look at him now, though. You still bringing up fuss about? I went, boy. That's just like I got a couple of females I've dated in the past, and you know, when I look at them now, I be like, man, I can't believe I did that. You know, even though you know what I'm saying, back when I had them, you know
Right,
what I'm
right.
saying, they was top tier, but like now I'm like, dang,
You were blessed.
man, like it's
And
just
they're the ones that want to come back.
Yeah,
They
and
see you on Facebook. Oh, and
oh,
then
Cam, you know I always loved you, baby.
can do it.
What the song said, the thrill is gone.
And this is not Throwback Thursday.
The thrill gone, baby.
We don't do Thursdays no more.
No, it's over with. Yeah, ain't no doubling back. It's over with. Ain't no doubling back.
It seems like it's always the aunts and not the uncles. And you would
Yeah.
think it would be the uncles sometimes because of the male egos.
Mm-mm.
And most of my uncles are more laid back, and they just look. Even the ones married into the family, they just look and just shake their heads, and then they go back to the back.
Yeah.
While the women are at it.
No.
But
Now with my uncles, what was they? Well, they always got into it about They always got into it about everybody was on. All my uncles used to use. So like they'll get into it about who been clean the longest and who you. So they always got into it about what I'm saying. But it really was a thing about growth with them.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Like as they was growing in life, they'll probably pick at the other brother. Then they'll get, boy, you were doing it too, and it just was stuff like that. But they ain't like ever get into it like over women. Like, well, I ain't never. I went around if they have.
I think the only time, usually when it came to grilling or barbecue, that's
Yeah.
when the most
Yeah, who
heated
can cook? Who can cook? The
right.
best. Yeah.
Or who taught you? I taught you, and you stole my spices.
Yeah,
And you went like, you use the same spice. So
Yeah.
what's your problem?
Mhm. Yeah. But that's crazy though. I ain't my uncles and stuff. They really didn't like bump heads like that. It always was the women. And they say women are emotional creatures though. So
Right.
like that's probably what it is. Like women be really emotional.
Right.
Like if a girl asks me out, like she might want to go somewhere with me. Like, yeah, you want to attend this dinner with me? And I'll probably be like, I ain't gonna be able to make it. I got something going on. Oh, you don't want to be seen out in public with me, and it ain't even it. I got stuff going on. You talking about some? I don't want to be seen out in public with you. Chill out, man.
That's why you were kicked off of TikTok.
Man, chill out, shout it. Yeah, and like, and on TikTok, I used to be going live a lot, and like,
Right.
and on my TikTok, I used to have females in my box all the time. Like, I let females on my live, and it just was like, I guess they felt as if like, oh, you got them in your box, and I can't join. But it's like this with me, like, I'm this type of person. Like, if I deal with you, like, I don't mind people knowing I deal with you, but like,
Right.
I'm not just gonna show it off. I'm not just gonna put it in people's face.
Right.
Because over time that'll like start brewing some jealousy, and like
Yes, sir.
now people trying to figure out what they can do to tear that apart.
Right.
So like when females be dealing with me, they want to be shown off. I be like, hey, look,
You
I
want to
ain't
be
doing-
your trophy.
I ain't doing all that. Cause like even with my last relationship, like me and my last relationship, we were real public, and it always was somewhere like somebody always calling, telling her something. Somebody always trying to bring me a bone, like, hey, yeah. So what?
Do you think that has to do with you getting more out there? People are becoming more aware. But basically, you've hit celebrity status.
Nah, I ain't hit no celebrity status. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna- I got a couple celebrity people that I could like reach out to, and you know what I'm saying. We can chit chat and stuff, but I ain't made celebrity status. I ain't. Gonna do that.
You don't feel that you reached that point yet.
Not yet. No, I do got a partner that he's a celebrity in my eye.
Right.
Detroit Reed, that's my homeboy. He a celebrity in my eye. That's my dog. That's my bro. That's my celebrity bro.
So he
right
was the
there.
one that actually introduced you and put you up there.
Yeah, that's who put me out there. That's who got me on doing comedy. He threw me to the wolves. Like I'm fresh out of prison, and he done put me on the comedy show. I don't know nothing about doing no comedy.
And it was either sink and swim. And I don't sink, I swim.
Yeah, but like I respect bro, cause he told me I just seen like man, this was something you need to get into. Cause he like bro, I would have hated for you to get back out there in them streets.
Right.
Stuff ain't the same. He like I'd hate you to go back up the road, somebody snake you out. So he like
Right.
I just had to like go on here put you on something. He like I ain't want to see you go backwards, bro. And I appreciate that though, cause like I took it and ran with it. I took that and ran with it. Yeah, but yeah, that's my celebrity connection though. That's if you talking about me being celebrity, that yeah, Detroit, that's my dog. He's celebrity. So that's my celebrity.
So your show comes out April 18th. You can buy the tickets on Eventbrite.
Eventbrite, yeah. It's gonna premiere Sidewalk, so like
And that's going to be downtown Birmingham.
yeah, y'all got to come out. Y'all go and get them tickets. Y'all tune in, go get them tickets, go on Eventbrite. in the ghetto, get the tickets, pull up on me. I'll be out there, you know what I'm saying, taking pictures, hugging and kissing the babies and stuff. Y'all come on out there and check the movie out. It's gonna be a good. It was a great production, man. We had fun. Like every day we shot, man, we had fun on set. It was fun, and that's what it's all about. Whatever you choose to do in life, make sure you have fun doing it.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't take these jobs and you know what I'm saying. You working all your life and you stressed and always nagging. If you don't like the job, don't do it. Like, always put forth the effort to do something you're gonna enjoy doing in life. You
Right.
know, don't because you know like eventually you're gonna be miserable.
You're right.
I don't work your job all my life. Don't work no job that you miserable at. Don't do that.
Right.
Find what you have fun doing and enjoy that. That's what I did. I found something that I enjoy and I have fun doing, and I do that.
Man. So where can they find you?
You can find me on all social media platforms. Cam Too Stupid for real. That's Cam CAM the number 2, stupid the number 4, and then real. And my Facebook is Cameron White. You know, I got my government on Facebook because you know I got classmates and stuff on there might need to find me.
Right.
I don't know if I want to give y'all my Snapchat. I ain't gonna give y'all.
No,
my
don't
Snapchat
do that.
because my Snapchat is different.
Yeah. Because you may have them same
I
girls.
got a private Snap.
Yeah.
I got a private Snap. I ain't gonna give y'all my OnlyFans. I ain't gonna give my OnlyFans out neither. And, that's it though. Just find me Cameron White and you know Cam Too Stupid for real on Instagram and TikTok, and just DM me and say hey big head and I follow y'all back. You know, like them robots be on there and stuff. But just DM me and say hey big head, this me, and I'll follow you back. And Cameron White, you know I'm at my friend limit, but I'll follow people back when they hit me up and be like hey Cam, this me, you know. And if you ain't on there doing that like, and you got a blue check, I ain't finna entertain. My homeboy sell drugs and he just bought one of them blue checks. I asked him what he got the blue check for. He talking about, bro, I'm trying to prosper in life. Man, you sell drugs. What you do with a blue check? They the mess people up selling them blue checks. Everybody finna have a blue check now. I've been out here grinding my behind. I was trying to get a blue check and now they selling.
No.
I've been doing all this hard work for no reason.
It's always a gimmick.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the blue check. Out here embarrassing myself, making a fool of myself, trying to get a blue check, and now they selling.
You know that you can combine all your sayings on Facebook into a book, and I would wager, I would bet you that you could sell that book.
Yeah, somebody was telling me that about skits too. They was like, man, they're like all your skits, you should like put them in together and like do like a little tube series.
Yes, sir.
I'm like, man, y'all just saying anything, but it's possible. It's possible because I do got a lot of skits about a lot of different stuff.
And it's a way, branching out too.
Yeah. And like I be trying to like work with a lot of different creators in the city. Because like, man, I be so tired of people saying they gotta leave Birmingham. Like I be saying it too, but like I really don't want them to leave Birmingham. I want to be able to like everything that's going on in other cities. I want to have it right here,
Right.
We got the content creators, we got the producers, we got all the resources. It's just like it's all about everybody coming together and making it happen as one.
Right.
It's like I don't know what it is about Birmingham. It's just like it's a dark cloud. Like don't nobody want to work together. Like if you work together, it always end up being a problem. Something go wrong.
It's the same way with it's the same issues as with the ants.
Like the auntie.
You got the same problem because you dated. Somebody was going with somebody, and everybody knew the girl was a hoe.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just you doing it; everybody else. But you mad at me. You better be mad with half of Birmingham.
Yeah, they mad. Like I got a couple dudes don't like me by females out here. She done mess with.
Happened in middle school.
She done mess with everybody, but she had a soft spot for old Cam.
Right.
So now he built her. He mad at me because she had a soft spot for old Cam. But everybody done had her.
Thank you.
Just relax,
and
man.
This is high school.
Man, look, let that be. Go ahead on.
The girl gone.
The girl gone. She on drugs now. I don't even want it. Just.
And it seemed like it's always a pretty one with the good hair and they got the slim body. Wound up being the biggest girl, ain't got no hair, and got about 10 kids.
Man, I'm like some of my crushes, like they through. Some of my crushes, they through. Like they big, boy, they messed up and they be, hey Cam, just go ahead on, boo. you ain't what I'm used to. You ain't what I was. You ain't even who I was
I
going
was
after.
young and didn't know any better then.
Yeah, you ain't the girl you used to be. You ain't the girl I used to know. Go ahead on, baby. I ain't got that same eye for you no more like I had. It just be like it'd be wild, man. It's crazy how the tables turn in life though. Like,
Yes, sir.
like a lot of girls that I used to try to talk to in school, what I'm saying, they used to have turn their nose up at me and stuff. And like now when they be seeing me, they be want to be the first people to speak to me and be all in my DM on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. And I be like, I'm good. I ain't. I don't know if it be the posts I be making that get their attention because I be saying some wild stuff. They probably like, oh, I want to try this out, but
See,
I'm
especially
good.
that honey pack.
I'm good. Yeah, and see, like I just had made a post earlier today. Like everybody talking about the honey pack. Oh, I don't need the honey pack. Ooh, ooh. It's because y'all on the perk, but they got these fake perks out here too now.
That's right.
So I'd rather take a honey versus getting a fake perk because you gonna die.
One of my former students is doing the honey pack. I think they gave the individuals that created honey pack gave him the distribution or something. So Darius Martin, he's one that also owns ABC 123 inflatables. Okay. He also has the honey packs and also.
Okay, that was up.
Yes,
that's what's up.
So I have to tell Darius that.
Man, yeah, but I tell people, man, like they be trying to talk about, oh, you need a honey pack. It ain't that I need no honey pack. These women be doing stuff to themselves. They be using different oils and different stuff. Don't let these women trick you like they just got no good box.
Thank you.
They young and steaming and all that extra stuff. They be using additives and stuff too. No, don't let them trick you.
Thank you.
Take your honey pack. It beat ODing off a fake perk.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take honey pack whenever I get ready to take a honey pack.
That's it.
You won't see no RIP post for I'm taking no fake perk.
Thank you.
No, I ain't taking no fake perk.
That's it.
They trying to do these girls all night long and popping fake perks. You better get you a honey pack out that gas station.
At 63 years old, I'm like Benny Mac used to say, when you reach a certain age, you doing well, get 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe 15 minutes at tops.
Yeah.
And if you don't get yours when I get mine, I hate it for you. Yeah. Because after I get mine, I'm going to wash up, I'm going to turn over, I'm going to go to bed. Yeah. And I say, what?
I had a female tell me she had to go for hours.
Ain't that much hours in the world.
I said, man, I ain't even finna even do all that. I ain't even finna talk to you and put no show on like that time for no hour.
No.
We probably gonna get the best 15 to 30, maybe 45-minute performance out of the whole ordeal. That's with stopping and getting back at.
Thank you.
We ain't finna go no hour.
Right.
I ain't, nah.
And if you want an hour after 30 minutes, I got you. You better have your little tool, a little toy or whatever, and be done with it.
She said she had somebody get her 45 minutes worth of neck. I ain't finna do that.
Oh, no.
My mouth will fall off. No. 45 minutes? No, baby,
it doesn't even take me that long to eat. No.
I told her, I said, he can have you. I said, your expectations too high already. He can have
Thank you.
He can have you. I don't need that. No. You want me to, 45 minutes. Sometimes I swallow my food whole. I don't even eat my food.
Thank
Come
you.
on, you think, girl.
Thank you.
I'll holler at you later, boo.
Yeah. So April 18th, find the tickets on Eventbrite.
April 18th, we going up. April 18th. Man, listen, put on y'all Sunday best too. If y'all come out, put on y'all. I want everybody in there to be looking good. I want y'all looking nice. Put your suits on. You know what I'm saying? Get your nice gowns, your dresses. And I'm gonna try to have OZZz outside that night. Though. He don't be out, but I'm gonna try to get OZZz. And you I said, nah, Cam, I'm gonna miss this. I'm gonna be there.
I'll be there, but I'll be in the background.
Yeah, but yeah, come on out, man. April 18th, we going up, man. In the Ghetto premiere. I think the show gonna start at 7:20. I think doors gonna open at 7, and the show gonna start at 7:20. So y'all will be there and be on time, cause we ain't finna. we ain't worried about Kiki had to do her edges. CC didn't have her lashes on.
No, man.
We ain't doing none of that. We ain't doing that. I don't want to hear about somebody had stole Derek Hellcat. we ain't holding the movie. We end that movie and we gonna enjoy it, and we probably gonna have a couple drinks or something afterwards. I don't know. We gonna have an after party or something as well, probably. So I think the after party is at the Vault, if I ain't mistaken. I think the after party at the Vault. But yeah, April 18th in the Ghetto. Listen, Listen, get your tickets on Eventbrite. It's a dope production, man. Xavier and Marcus January, they put this thing together. And this is actually my first movie, and I really had fun putting it together. So I'm looking forward to making more.
Good.
And so y'all be on the lookout to see me more Cameron White. You know, I go by Cam Too Stupid. So y'all be looking forward to seeing me.
So TikTok and Facebook.
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Y'all can follow me all day. Cam Too Stupid for real. Yeah, I'm popping up on your screen. That's me.
Man, I appreciate.
I appreciate
I know.
you.
I know that this is early in the morning.
Yeah, listen. I had this probably the most fun I've ever had early in the morning like this, man.
Man,
I appreciate you getting me out of bed, man.
Man, I appreciate you. And to think that you, homie, you started with Smash Bros.
Man, Smash Bros. This the fam. I tell Ralph that all the time, man. When I be talking to Ralph, I tell Ralph, man, you always Smash Bros. Always gonna be Smash fam. That's the fam.
You want to come back?
I'll probably come back. I'll probably be back. They'll be seeing me soon. I'm gonna put me a show together to come on back in here, man. I might have to come back by myself. I might have to come back by. I gotta find me somebody. I ain't gonna be able to be off the chain like I was the first go around.
But you learned though.
Yeah, I know. I done dumbed it down a little bit.
That's what is it? That I'm trying to start this show at 3:00 in the morning on the app.
Yeah.
And Ralph was saying that you have more freedom on the app.
Yeah.
He said you can be you. I said, you know what you're saying? He said, you can be you. It's on the app.
Oh, no. He might have to put me on the app.
See?
He might have to put me. I'm gonna talk to him. He might have to put me on. Ralph, you might have to get me on the app, Ralph. You might have to get me on. You know how I be, Ralph. You might have to put me on the app.
If you go on the app, you can. It's free will.
Yeah.
What is it? What is I wake you up. I put you to sleep. What the hell are you doing in the street? And I might even turn your ass out.
Yeah, Ralph. I'm gonna have to probably get on the app. I'm gonna break the knob on there.
Man, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Y'all take care. Make sure you get your tickets.
Yeah, y'all go get them tickets. Y'all go get them tickets, man. We going up with this for real, in the ghetto. Everybody can relate to the ghetto. Everybody can relate to the ghetto.
Remember, know your worth, know your value. And most importantly, know that I love you more than I love my luggage. I will see y'all Monday. Y'all take care. The live stream on the show. On the show. The live stream. On the show. The live stream. The live stream on the show.